Welcome you back. Joining me right now is Jeff Greenwood with MidAmerican Energy Company. Thanks for joining us, Jeff. Good afternoon. Obviously a very busy night for you guys. Can you tell me a little bit about what's been going on?
Yeah, I don't even know where to start, but it has been a busy night. We had storms rolling through western Iowa coming into central and then moving eastward. Obviously, as you saw at the top of the newscast, a devastating storm to the west, affecting the city of Greenfield. And our hearts go out to those folks, of course, for all the devastation that they experienced. It really started to impact our system in the Des Moines area and then to the east. The storm projection was that it was going to really hit Quad Cities hard. It didn't really hit it as hard as we thought it might, but it hit Des Moines, the Waterloo area, Fort Dodge area. So central and north central Iowa is really where we saw the hardest effects. At the peak, we had about 26,000 customers out in Iowa. We're down now to about 2,300, so we've made tremendous progress. And in the Waterloo area, at its peak, we had about 10,600 customers out. We're now down to around 1,100. So we've been making progress throughout the night, throughout the morning, and will continue throughout today.
Yeah, it's been a very busy night for you guys for sure. I mean, my own power was out for quite a few hours last night. It finally came back on. What is kind of some of that work that you guys are doing on the ground today to work fast to get this back on?
Yeah, well, the thing we start with our transmission lines, and that's those big lines that serve the most customers. So by restoring those lines first, we can get most customers back online. It's when we get down to the smaller circuits, the neighborhood levels where maybe a tree's down affecting just a few customers or maybe even one customer, that's what takes more time, and that's what we see toward the end. So our priority is to get those transmission circuits back on. We did lose some transmission lines and had some damage, I mean, really throughout our system. But just for example, in Nashua, we've got crews right now working on a circuit that affects about 620 customers. There are several poles down. Once they get that restored, those customers will be right back on. But then we've got some customers in the Waterloo area where there's a tree down on their line. It just affects them. That's what takes longer. We have tree crews as well that we've brought in because in some cases, we have to get that tree debris off of the line before our line crews can safely start their work. We also have situations where we can't even get to where we need to get to until those line crews do their work. So it's a team effort between the tree crews that we've brought in and our line crews.
Yeah, Jeff, it's definitely a very hard job going on right now. Are there any words of encouragement for folks who are struggling without their power today?
Now, we understand that this is frustrating. Nobody wants their power out. Power is an essential service. We know that. We're working as hard as we can to restore customers as quickly and as safely as possible. As I mentioned, there is a method through which we restore customers. We try to get the most bang for the buck right off the top by focusing on those transmission lines, and then we kind of work our way down the system. So we understand it's frustrating. We hope to have most of you who may be out restored sometime today, could be tonight. But there will be some remaining customers who will still experience the service disruption through the night into tomorrow morning. And we hope to have those remaining customers back online, a relatively small number, but we want to restore each and every customer, and we hope to have that wrapped up by around noon tomorrow in the Waterloo area.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us, Jeff. We'll be right back.
I'd like to, can I just add one more quick thing?
Okay.
And that is that even before the storm arrived, we knew that there was going to be trouble. We brought in crews, contract crews from as far away as Chicago and Detroit. So even before the storm struck, we had crews en route to help our MidAmerican line crews, and that has helped us restore customers faster.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jeff. Great to hear, and thank you for joining us. We'll be back with more news in just a few minutes.